action here. This is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Tonight, Week 15 begins with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Here's Ekeler to begin the drive. Up to the 20. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. You look at this Raiders defense, and they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Now a deep one for Johnston. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A. Quentin Johnston, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here in Vegas. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions. And whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
That's the score. Chargers 7, Raiders 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble of bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
2nd down, Howell back to pass. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there, and that'll bring up second down. You look at this Raiders defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers, takeaways they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had them.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Ekeler, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 14-0. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now Howell. He completes it to Julio Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Jacobs going to try the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's Howell. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Running on first down, Ekeler. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Ekeler going to get it again on second down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. Herbert off of play action. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, called it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Hey, Ram.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Go.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Let's go.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball.
This is intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Howell's throw taken in by Adams. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Khalil Mack, of course, the former Raider, there to make the tackle. Back to throw, Howell. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Howell. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10, Howell. And this one's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Howell. And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Eckler now between the tackles, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. Once more, here's Eckler. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down. And it's complete to Adams. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
For Las Vegas. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. That's complete into the hands of Myers. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. He finds Mayer here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
It's Howell with another throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. One last shot before the break. Howell to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
A final shot before break. Howell escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jakobi Meyers as time expires in the first half. And the Raiders get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. So they say no to the field goal try late in the half, and it winds up really paying off as they score on the final play.
Yeah, a little bit of a gamble, but they had some foresight as well because they knew they were going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So they thought to themselves, if we score here, we can double up on back-to-back drives when we start the second half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Al down to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll go down at the 28.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And Howell will throw it. And that's complete to Adams. Touchdown! Davante Adams. 28 yards. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
Here's Herbert now on second down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Baylor Tigers. Hey, Ray.
Herbert on first down now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in his own blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down.
Baylor Tiger. Hey, go Lion. Hey, Kappa.
Back to throw here, Herbert. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Powell throwing on third down here. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing right on his own 5-yard line.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atoned for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Charger drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Hey, Ram.
Here's Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
5-9.
On the give, this is Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1 yard gain.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, and he has a first down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
In motion, the tight end. Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did.
Okay.
It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Godwin would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down at 7. Herbert now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnston. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Now Eckler. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Here's Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Malone Nichols in there to take him down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's called the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now it's Herbert.
know that you want to, right? You know that they want to say, hey, let's go for this. We've got the perfect play drawn up. Let's do it. But I wouldn't go for it either. I agree with you totally. You're only down one score. Punt it. Let your defense pick you up.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, giving 5 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now Howell. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
Herbert off of play action. Complete to the tight end, James. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking at it, 2nd and 11 now after the loss. It's Eckler again. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 71 yards on the ground for Eckler here, and that's a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, LA! Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 4th quarter lead. And that run going to put him over 100 yards now for the ball game as well.
Yeah, he's really had his way so far, and that's just more of the same right here. All he needs, just a little crease, and off he goes.
So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2.
5-9.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. the Dicker field goal. He's back out, ready to send it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Howell. They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Howell. He has Mayer complete.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Howell. It gets it right back to Mayer.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And he picked up a little bit of yardage there. And now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Howell to throw.
It's caught here by Adams.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Here's 1st down.
Back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
20 seconds remain. Here's 2nd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
19 tight.
He's back to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Howell with one final shot.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for L.A., the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story as they move to 9-5 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.